in this house.
Well, my girlfriend and I, are on our way to see SKINAMARINK. My girlfriend is right there.
Hello, YouTube.
I'm using my Osmo Pocket, so it's kind of like weird to control, but it's actually not that bad. It's pretty easy. All right. So anyway, we're on our way to see SKINAMARINK. It's gotten some love and some hate online. So I think you have to know what you're in for with this film. I said on Stuckman's review of the film, I left a comment that said, we are now in the Chantal Ackerman stage of horror, which is pretty exciting. I mean, we've reached a level in horror that is, people are doing different things and they're getting a wide release, and that's kind of exciting. And this movie feels like a generational moment. It feels like when I saw the Blair Witch Project, and I'm old enough to have been lucky enough to see that in theaters. So this feels like that, where people loved it and people hated it, and that to me is a successful film. It also feels like the internet made it to the mainstream finally, because this kind of filmmaking is done on YouTube a lot. Bethany, you and I watch a lot of stuff like this, and it's really cool to kind of see it come alive on the big screen. And I am excited. I'm excited to be immersed into a world of nightmare for an hour and 40 minutes. We'll see if that is excessive. So interestingly enough, we are seeing this in a mall, which is in itself sort of like a liminal space if it's a dead mall. But what a strange place to see SKINAMARINK. But also, I guess, kind of perfect. I could finally introduce you to my YouTube people.
Hello, YouTube.
This is my girlfriend, Bethany Watson.
Hello, YouTube.
Alright, so this is my out of the theater reaction for SKINAMARINK. I'm kind of at a loss for words because it's really scary. I understand why people wouldn't think it was, but I've never been more terrified watching a film in a long, long time. And that's including Hereditary. Hereditary's great, but this one just did something to me that I don't even understand. It's very visceral. I'm literally out of breath because it's an anxiety-inducing film. You're trapped with these two children in a home, and it brings you back to a time when you were younger and maybe you felt like you lost your parents or you didn't know where they were. It reminded me of like a couple of times that I lost my mom, like at the mall and like couldn't find her. It is really well done. I know that people are saying, oh, it's so cheap and it's so whatever, but it's not. There's an element to this film that is, it almost feels like it's haunted itself, like the film is actually haunted, and the grain does something in the shadows. So when you're watching it, you start to see things that you don't know if they're there or not. And why I love that is because that's how I see in the dark, because I have terrible night vision. So I'll see like spots and things that maybe I don't know if they're there or not. Maybe I think it's something else. And this gives you that feeling. The story, honestly, when people say it's non-coherent, it was totally coherent to me. There's very much a story. The children are wonderful. It's sad. It's actually really sad at times. There is some imagery that is so unsettling, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it out of my mind for quite some time. I'm going to have to give it another watch. I'm going to have to watch it again and again and again and understand what exactly it was that was terrifying me. I recommend this film to anyone that has an open mind, that understands what it's like to feel lost in the dark, There are a few jump scares. They're not cheap, which was great. They were earned. And I think that this is something that people are going to try and imitate. And I really hope they don't. Because this is something that belongs in Kyle Edward Bell's head that is now bestowed onto us. And I think people got to leave what he did alone and let it be. Don't try and imitate it. Maybe be inspired by it, but don't try and imitate it. This is something wholly original, and it's stunning. I'm kind of at a loss for words. First time for that. So go see it. I loved it. I'm gonna go see it again. That's my out of theater reaction. I'm not gonna sleep tonight. If I have to get up at 3 a.m. to go to the bathroom, I'm not going to use a flashlight. And when you see the film, pay attention to the cartoons. Trust me. They're telling you something. All right, guys. Holy See you around.